You want to come in here and look at
Mary Titus is the owner and operator of Comprehensive Sleep Medicine. She became interested in sleep disorders after her mother suffered a stroke.
And in looking into ways to make her feel better, to improve her quality of life, I became aware that she had in all likelihood suffered from severe sleep apnea.
Dr. Joshua Rotenberg is a board-certified sleep specialist. Prior to his training in neurology and sleep medicine, he trained in internal medicine and pediatrics.
During my time doing general pediatrics, I had a couple of cases of kids with failure to thrive. Basically, were not gaining weight. Preschool age kids, they were not gaining weight, and they snored. And they got better once they took out their tonsils.
Removal of the tonsils is the main treatment for sleep apnea in children. But what exactly is sleep apnea?
Sleep apnea is when you have disturbed breathing in sleep. Basically 3 causes. One is the airway is too small. The other one is your muscles can get too weak. The other one is it can be the drive to breathe during sleep. What can make your airway small? Well, people with a little bit more weight on their bodies, there can be extra tissue that compresses the airway a little bit. In children, it's tonsils and adenoids. There are many different factors that can give you sleep apnea, but it is basically disturbed breathing. What happens is you don't get into a deep sleep because you're always waking up to breathe. And your body wants to keep you breathing, your brain wants to keep you breathing, so you are never allowed to get into a deep sleep.
Sleep apnea is not the only disorder that affects children and teens. Take, for example, Ricky G. He was finally diagnosed with restless leg syndrome, causing symptoms that can mimic or exacerbate ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder.
Very intelligent, capable young man with an incredible future in front of him who was not responding to typical ADHD drugs. He'd been to other doctors who had diagnosed him with ADHD, and so I saw him and he had pretty clear symptoms of restless legs and began treating him.
With a proper diagnosis and treatment, Ricky saw immediate results.
It's fantastic. I'm feeling so great because of it, and it's given me more energy, and people notice. They're like, you look a lot better today. It's even because they're like, man, you look tired, and it's helped.
If Dr. Rotenberg suspects that a child has a sleeping disorder, he might recommend a sleep study. During the study, the child stays overnight at the sleep center for a total evaluation. Parents stay overnight as well. Prior to bedtime, electrodes are attached to the child. These electrodes monitor brain activity, airflow, snoring, and heartbeats. When seeking treatment, don't be confused. A sleep laboratory is not the same as a sleep center. Sleep laboratories are limited to the evaluation and treatment of sleep-related breathing disorders.
It is rewarding to be in a field where I can offer a non-medicinal approach that turns people's lives around. They lose weight, they're back in school, they're functional, they're off their stimulant medications. It's a lot of fun.
All right, have a good night. I'll talk to you in a minute, okay?